Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a line vertical planner layout for February 5th through the 11th in my health and fitness planner. So come plan with me. And I've got these washi tapes here all ready to go, as well as a few Happy Planner sticker books, and this Planning Things sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper for starting out this design. I did do some pre-planning on this layout. I wanted to get a feel for whether this was possible, and you can kind of see the direction I'm going to go. I was inspired by a user on Instagram, and I will find her handle and put it in the video here. She did a Windows theme that I really just thought was really cute, so it inspired me to do something similar here with the Planning Things scenery in this winter vibe sticker book. I also did this brick style stickers in the past on, I think, a health spread as well for kind of a cozy look and feel. And basically I just cut up those strip stickers you're seeing there on the left and made little bricks out of them. The stucco design on those stickers really just makes me think of bricks, so I thought that would be really cute to bring in here and frame out the windows with those. So I've done that. I'm also altering this clear quote to better fit the sidebar. I just cut that down. Like I said, have done the first window, and so I did like a proof of concept, make sure it would work. And now we're going to build out the other two windows. I should have just done this on label paper. It would have saved me a lot of time and energy, but I decided to try it with a white washi backer instead, just to help it really feel like you're looking through a window to outside versus onto the lined areas of the paper, which I think would really kind of ruin the illusion. So I was thinking white backer on the clear sticker for that purpose, but then I was just trying to make my life hard and decided to do it with white washi. But if you do want to do something like this and have a similar issue with the backing showing through, recommend maybe just doing it the label paper way. This took me a lot longer than I think it needed to because I used the washi tape, but that's okay. The end result was really good, and here's a way to do it. If you don't have label paper, but you do have white washi or even like a masking tape, that should work well. So I've built out the frame sort of on the first one, or I guess it would be the second one. And now I'm pulling in the, I don't know what you call these things, stringers? That feels like that might be the name of them. But basically the crossbars that go across the window. Yeah, maybe that's what they're called, is the crossbars. Anyway, just to give a little bit more of that window vibe. And I'll trim out the window elements a little bit cleaner once I pick this up and put it onto the cutting mat. The white washi just did not want to come up off of things, so that's why it made it a little bit extra difficult. And because it wasn't really touching each other, they would come up in pieces. So, like I said, if you really want to save yourself the hassle of all that, then I recommend just putting it on some label paper. But now I'm on my cutting mat and I'm just trimming out the excess where I don't want the extra washi, just again creating that framework. And I'll use my little sticker spatula I got a while back from Grabby to help push down that sticker onto the white washi tape. And now we'll lay this on the wax paper, get a feel for where these windows are going to live on the spread. I am getting more comfortable with moving things around here in my health planners. I in the past have tended to have everything kind of in line that was of the same functional idea. For example, those stat stickers that I use, having those all kind of in the same place on the spread horizontally, and same with like where my workouts were and that kind of thing. So in groupings, but consistent. But I am getting more comfortable with moving things around and allowing things to be staggered in different places on different days. So it's helping me get a little bit more creative with these layouts. So that said, I'll be thinking about that as I build out the rest of this one, giving myself the freedom to move things around a bit more. And you can kind of see how I'm building this out with another washi too, which is a wood patterned washi. Although it's not a really strong wood pattern, it could be used for maybe sand, or if you're trying to create a ground, that could work for it as well. So I really like it for wood and for spreads with ground elements. And here I've cut out the window, like I mentioned, on the cutting board, just exactly to the sizing that I want. And now I cannot pick up the white washi off the cutting board, which you can kind of see. So like I said, there was a little bit of a struggle with this washi tape, but we got it done. And I do think it really does help having that white backing and allowing the picture to be on top of something more opaque than just a paper with the aligned backer. So we've got the 2 windows done. This third window, I don't have the washi tape behind, so we're going to play this game one more time. I got smarter and put it on the wax paper first on top of the cutting mat to help it release a little bit better from the cutting surface. And now I'm just placing things down, lining things how they were before. And then we will go back and trim this one out as well. I have been struggling with how to use these like scenic stickers in the Plan Anything sticker book. I really like them. They're just kind of small for a classic size happy planner. So using them without making things feel too busy is a challenge. So when I saw this idea to use windows as one decor piece, if you will, I think that really helps it feel less busy when you use these smaller kind of detailed scenes, and makes it just more in proportion with the size of the spread, which is the classic size that I'm using. I was going to try to keep going and, get everything done on the wax paper first. But with all the struggles with that washi tape, I decided to move all of the windows over first onto the paper and just see where it takes us instead of trying to fight with it once I got everything set up on the wax paper once again. So I've moved over the smaller window there down at the bottom, and we'll leave that as is. I'm giving myself enough space at the bottom to put the stat stickers below that smaller window. And then I'm going to do the same, but at the top with this larger window here on the right. And then I had lost the top to that window and realized I didn't pull it off the wax paper originally. So I'm going to go ahead and move that over. And that looks good. Happy to have it on the paper, not fight with it anymore on the wax paper or the cutting mat. And now we're onto these bricks, and so the way that I made them, the strips were pretty consistent as far as size. So there was either a 3-inch size or a 1.5-inch size. So I just went with the smallest one that was already pre-cut and then use that as a baseline. And then I was able to cut the rest out, and most of them were easy to cut to proportion without any waste. So once I did that, then there was a few that I decided that I needed to have half pieces for so that I could really get that staggered brick look. And so that's what you're kind of seeing there, is some of them are cut in half and some of them are the full size. And I'll just put them in and around the windows. I'm not going to go too crazy. I was really happy though that this worked out nicely as far as the amount of bricks next to each window. The smaller one, I could do 3, and it filled the space between the top and the bottom pretty nicely. And the same with the larger window, I was able to get 5 in. And then the one that's on the left, I was able to get 4. So it really worked out nicely just with the proportions of the stickers that I had to use. Now that I've got a majority of the windows in and the bricks laid, decided to start working out the rest of the spread on top of the wax paper. So I'm going to start with these stat stickers, laying them in kind of where I had placed them or had them in mind as I was laying in the windows. I'm also going to go ahead and drop in the boxes that I pulled again from the Neutral Watercolors book for the workouts. I am going to be a little bit tight on space, I think, for my food log, but I should be able to fit everything in. I am doing 1 meal a day, so I don't have that much usually to write in where I need like half a page. So should be enough room on each day with the decor and the stats and everything else and the workouts to still have enough room for my food log. And this one here is a little bit tight at the top, but I think it'll work. And just kind of nestle it in there amongst the bricks. I'm also going to stagger a few of these boxes just so they're not too perfect, too uniform. I also had this washi tape that I thought was a really good match for the color scheme, but then I think I have enough of that with the bricks, so let's bring in some of the purple instead, just to have a little bit more contrasting color. Probably wouldn't have chosen this color scheme on my own, if that makes sense. I would probably have gone a little bit deeper in color, but because the bricks are kind of the softer pink beige tone, and then the window scenes have like a wintry purple soft lavender tone, that kind of dictated what the color scheme should be. So I'm working with that. I think it will still be very pleasing to look at, but it's just softer than I would normally choose for a color scheme. So I started laying in most of the elements here on the right. I do have one little element here that I need to kind of customize where the bricks go around the spine. And then also this header was crooked, but then I laid it down even more crooked. So let's try to straighten that out as well. Now I'll get back to that brick area that I need to fix and just went ahead and started moving on to the left side of the spread. And now I'm going to move over the sidebar elements, including the big quote. Just drop this in. Also, you guys might see the lighting change a little bit in and out as I was filming. It was a rainy day, so the clouds kept going dark and light and dark and light. Did my best to balance it out, but you might see some variation in the lighting. So I've laid in the sidebar, and now I'm laying in the last window there. I got that over pretty smoothly. I'm going to go ahead and trim off this excess from the quote and then try to reuse the trimming. I like that it's got a little bit of that subtle purple tone. Not too heavy, but really matches well, I think, with the decor in the windows. So bringing that in. Also going to lay in the stat stickers. And then trim off again any excess. So now we need to make a few more bricks here for this last window and try to use any pieces that I can that have already been cut. So previously I cut the bricks right on the sticker sheet there in the book, but because I only needed a few more, I went ahead and just hand cut them, eyeballing the sizes that I need. I just didn't feel like going through the whole measurement process. And then I'll just use my scissors to trim those out of the longer sticker. And like I said, I was really happy that the bricks fit for tall over here, so I didn't really gauge that out beforehand, but it worked out nicely. I'm going to clean up a few elements here too with my white pen. It's really good for cleaning out the darker lines and any elements you really don't want to show on your spread. And now we'll put in the rest of these bricks. A few more. Just kind of continue that look. I think we're good here for the sidebar though, so we'll let that be. I got that one here on the spine that I need to clean out, make work. I'd also pulled these purple flags that I thought would be a good thing to add in to denote where my food log was, but the color was a little bit too gray in comparison to like the quote and the washi that I'm going to pull in. So I decided to just leave them be. It also helps me get the maximum amount of room out of each day for food tracking. So we'll leave that as is. And now I'm laying in some of this purple washi. Just going to trim out the top and the bottom for a little added color. Trim off the edges and also start trimming out the spine where I have the brick laid over the disc hole. Trim that out. Got one more to lay in here with this washi tape at the top. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!